first graders, we're going to review today our 2D shapes. So the first one, what shape is this? Is it A, a circle, B, square, C, triangle, or D, trapezoid? I'll give you a minute to think about it. Okay, if you said C, triangle, you are correct. All right, let's look at our next one. Okay, number 2, what shape is this? Is it A, circle, B, square, C, triangle, or D, trapezoid? If you said D, trapezoid, you are correct. Okay, number 3, how many sides does this shape have? A, 3, B, 4, C, 0, or D, 2? If you said B4, you would be correct. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And number 4, how many sides and vertices does this shape have? A, 3 sides and 3 vertices. B, 4 sides and 4 vertices. C, 0 sides and 0 vertices. Or D, 2 sides and 2 vertices. If you said A, 3 sides and 3 vertices, you'd be correct. Remember, the vertices are where the corners, where the 2 sides meet. All right, and now I'm going to hand it off to Mrs. Carr, and she's going to teach you about equal parts.
All right, so we're going to start off with our first shape. This is the circle. And it says the directions we have to draw lines to show 4 equal parts. So with a circle, you have to draw the lines to where they're exactly even, so each part is equal. So I can first draw my line straight down the middle. And I have 1, 2 parts. And then in order to get 4 equal parts, I have to split that again in half. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. Now you have to kind of think of it like as a pizza. If you would cut this pizza, you want everyone to have the same exact size of a slice. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they're all equal. The next one, we have a square, and it says we need to draw lines to show 2 equal parts. So with a square, you can actually do it different ways. You can go straight down the middle, or you can go straight across, or you can go diagonal with it. So 2 equal parts. Okay, now on this one, they already have the parts for you. One of them is shaded and one is not. So originally, the shape did not have the line drawn in for the parts. So what they did was they drew the line in and they shaded one part. So if you look at this, in gray, there's only one part that is shaded. So 1 of, and then there are 2 equal parts. So it's going to say 1 of 2 parts. For the next one, they took the shape and they divided it up into 1, 2, 3 different parts. So they took that trapezoid and they divided it up to where 3 triangles could fit in. So if we look, there are 1, 2 parts that are shaded, and then there are 1, 2, 3 equal parts. So we have 2 of 3 parts are shaded in. Now this next one, it's going to use a different terminology. It's going to say fourths instead of 4 equal parts. So fourths is the same thing. So if we look at these, they took the shapes and they separated them into different parts. And we have to circle the shapes that are partitioned into fourths. And partition means like divided up. So if we look, this one, I see these are equal and these are equal, but they're not all partitioned in the same way. So that one is not going to be partitioned into fourths. If we look at this one, all 4 of these are the same size. They are partitioned equally. So I'm going to circle that one. is not partitioned into fourths. If we look at our last shape, they took that circle again and they partitioned it into fourths. So this piece, this piece, this piece, and this piece are all the same size. So those are partitioned into fourths. Next one, halves. So when we talk about halves, that means two, just like two equal parts. So if we look at this first shape, they have a line drawn in, so there's two parts there. It looks like this one and this one are the same size, so those are partitioned into halves. If we look at this one right here, they drew in a line, but it's not partitioned equally, so that one we're not going to circle. This rectangle, they partitioned it, and I see two parts, and they are exactly the same length and the same size, so we're going to circle that one. And then the last one is a circle, and again, they put that line through the middle, and I see two equal parts there. They have halves. So this is one half, and this is the other half. All right, now we're going to label each shape with the correct word, either halves or fourths. So if we look at this one, would it be halves or fourths? This one right here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So it's partitioned into fourths. Okay. This next one, is it partitioned into halves or fourths? If you said halves, that is correct. There's two equal parts. Next one, either halves or fourths. If you said halves, that is correct. And the last shape to look at, halves or fourths. If you said fourths, you are correct. All right, so now we're going to look at how we can partition shapes ourselves. So they gave us a rectangle, and the directions say to partition the shape into fourths. So you have to be very, very accurate when you're drawing your lines. So when it says fourths, I think I'm going to split mine up right down the middle. And then I'm going to go straight across here. Okay? So if you see, I have shapes that are the same size. They are in fourths, and they're all equal. So when I ask you to draw fourths, you're going to be drawing two lines. And then the last one we're going to look at is a pizza, and it says we need to partition that pizza into halves. So we could do that in multiple ways. So you could draw it from the top to the bottom. That would be halves. Or you could draw it diagonal. So as long as both sides are equal, that is halves. So when you're drawing halves, you're only drawing one line. Okay. All right, so today we reviewed our shapes, and we talked about partitioning into fourths and halves.